After Avengers Endgame, it really felt like the Marvel Cinematic Universe had reached its peak. That movie was everything fans had been waiting for. It had heart, emotion, closure, and action all packed into one incredible story. We watched Iron Man make the ultimate sacrifice, Captain America finally get his happy ending, and the Avengers come together one last time to defeat Thanos. It felt like the perfect ending to a long and emotional journey that started all the way back in 2008 with the first Iron Man. So when the credits rolled on Endgame, it was like closing the final chapter of a great book. The problem is, instead of taking a break or starting something fresh and carefully planned, Marvel just kept going. And that's where things started to fall apart. Right after Endgame, Marvel launched into overdrive. They started pushing out movies and Disney Plus shows left and right. In a single year, fans were expected to keep up with WandaVision, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, and more. On top of that, we got movies like Eternals, Shang-Chi, Black Widow, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Thor Love and Thunder, and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. It felt like there was always something new. Not in a good way, but in a stressful, wait, didn't something just come out last month kind of way? It wasn't exciting anymore. It was exhausting. Instead of being hyped for the next big story, fans were overwhelmed by how much they had to keep up with, just to understand what was going on. Another huge reason things started to go downhill is because we lost the original heroes, the ones we actually cared about. Iron Man, Cap, Black Widow, they were all the heart of the MCU. They weren't just characters, they were people we've connected with over time. We watched them grow, struggle, and evolve across multiple movies. They had depth, they had stories, they had stakes. Now, with most of them gone or barely around, we're left with a bunch of new characters that haven't even had time to grow on us. Some of them might have potential, but it's hard to care when we're introduced to them too quickly. With rushed stories and weak character development, Marvel didn't take the time to build these characters up like they did before. They just threw them at us and expected us to care. It doesn't work that way. And then there's the whole multiverse thing. In theory, the multiverse is cool. It opens tons of possibilities, alternate timelines, different versions of characters, and wild crossover events. But in practice, Marvel's use of the multiverse has just made things confusing and chaotic. It's hard to get emotionally invested when nothing really matters anymore. A character dies? No big deal. Here's another version of them. A universe gets destroyed? Don't worry, there are infinite more. The stakes are gone. These consequences are gone. If everyone can come back through some multiverse loophole, then why should we care? It's like watching a superhero soap opera where nothing is permanent, and every moment is just a setup for the next twist. It's not exciting, it's frustrating. Another big problem is the writing. Let's be real, the quality of writing in post-Endgame Marvel projects has taken a serious dip. The dialogue feels forced, the jokes are constant and often ruin serious moments. Every emotional scene gets interrupted by some cringe-worthy one-liner. It's like Marvel forgot how to balance humor with heart. Back in Infinity War, when Peter Parker said, "Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good," it hit hard because the writing and acting were powerful and sincere. Nowadays, even the most dramatic scenes are played off like punchlines. The scripts feel lazy, the plots are messy, and instead of telling good, self-contained stories, everything just feels like a setup for the next movie or show. Let's not forget the villains. Thanos was a great villain. He was complex, he was terrifying, and convincing. He had a plan, a purpose, and he actually posed a real threat to the heroes. But since Endgame, the villains have been mostly forgettable. Either they're killed off too quickly or they're not threatening at all. Some are just weird or one-dimensional, and none of them seem to stick around long enough to even matter. A great villain makes a movie better. And Marvel seems to have forgotten that. Instead, they're focusing on teasing Doctor Doom or introducing mysterious new threats we barely even understand. It's hard to care about what's coming when what's here isn't even interesting. And here's another thing. It all just feels like a business now. Back in the early days, the MCU felt like it was being built with love and care. Each movie had its own identity, but they all connected to a bigger story in a smart and satisfying way. Now, it feels like Marvel is just churning out content to keep people subscribed to Disney Plus and fill up their release calendars. There's no magic anymore, just content. Content. And when people feel like they're being marketed to instead of being told a great story, they start to tune out. That's exactly what's happening. People are tired, burned out, and disconnected. Honestly, it's just not fun anymore. Watching a Marvel movie used to be an event, a big deal. You'd get excited weeks before, line up at the theater, and leave buzzing about what you just saw. Now, people walk out of the movie theater and forget the movie the next day. There's no lasting impact, no excitement, no emotion, and that's sad, because this universe used to mean something. So did all the Marvel movies after Endgame suck? Maybe not every single one. Some had cool moments, some had potential, but overall, yeah, a lot of them missed the mark, the heart and storytelling, the emotional weight. It's all been watered down. Marvel got too comfortable, too fast, and now they're paying the price. Fans are losing interest, the magic is gone, and unless they slow down, refocus, and start telling great stories again, it might be gone for good.